Hey y'all, welcome to Art of the Budget. My name is Nicole. My pronouns are she and her, and I live in the Pacific Northwest on the traditional unceded territories of the Coast Salish nations. And today we're doing a budget check-in. This is my second check-in for March 2022. I guess I only did two, so this will be weeks 3 and 4. So I've got quite a few transactions, so we're going to just jump right in. Just FYI, if you're new here, this is a free budget software called Every Dollar. There is a paid version, but I use the free version. And if you're returning, thanks as always for being here. If you enjoy this type of thing, I would love it if you would like this video, and I would also really appreciate if you would subscribe if you're interested in seeing more of these. Yeah, it's been kind of an intense week. I've been dealing with 2 cat health problems. This is kind of the theme of my life. I should just rename my channel, like just trying to stay out of debt from cat health stuff. But thankfully it wasn't very expensive. But I guess I'll tell you about that when we get there. Okay, so let's go down to groceries. This is going to get a little wild for various reasons. So number one, I bought some olive oil. I bought olive oil on Amazon because I was running out and there was like not gonna, anyway, and they had a good price, whatever. So I bought that. And then I also bought, kind of on a whim, some blue light blocking glasses. Notice I'm not wearing them right now. So I would say that goes in the category of shit I bought and I'm clearly never going to use, but it seemed like a really good idea at the time. So I'm going to actually put this into 2 categories. So I'm going to put this into health and groceries. I bought like a gallon of olive oil, so it's something I buy in bulk, which I should be more organized about certain things. But anyway, the glasses were $35, and so the rest, $76, will go in groceries. All right, I also bought I don't know why it came out in 2 transactions. I bought it all at the same time. But I also bought lotion and compost bags, and I'm going to put that into household. I buy those in bulk as well. So I actually went to look and see which ones I had bought last. And I last bought them in 2020. So anyway, they last a long time. And then also I got lotion because the brand I use, they just like didn't have any at 2 stores that I went to. So anyway, I don't do a lot of Amazon, but sometimes it is just like the least barrier way to do something. Okay, so I'm going to go down to fun. Wow, I don't know why. I spent $15 on a really cool card game. It's like, I found it on TikTok, and it is like Cards Against Humanity. However, it is not gross. It is witchy and queer and sweet. So yeah, I'm really excited to play it with some friends soon. Anyway, it is actually a like a donation-based thing. You choose how much, and the lowest choice is $5. I gave $15. But yeah, it's from Blessed Up Threads. I'm totally blanking on the actual name of the card game right now, but anyway, you should totally check it out. $15 into fun. Okay, so I also went to Dollar Tree and I bought some stuff that really I probably should have bought with my business account, but I didn't. So I kind of bought some like stationery stuff and some different types of glue because I randomly just had no glue in my house. And I spent $19.23. So that's also going to go in fun. Is there anything else? Oh, I went to Muji in Portland and bought a bunch of random stuff, and that was $20.53. I guess that can go in fun too. And I went to the art supply store and I bought a little sketchbook and some pretty paper to make envelopes out of, and that was $8.09. $8.09 might be the least money I've ever spent in an art supply store in my life. All right, so I'm gonna go back to groceries because I got a lot of grocery transactions. The grocery store is like my happy place. My last class happened. We had a potluck and I decided to make buffalo chicken dip for everyone. But we did a little poll to see like if anyone was vegetarian, if anyone didn't eat dairy, if anyone didn't eat wheat. And everyone agreed that they eat dairy, but like several of us were like, we eat dairy, but like maybe we shouldn't. And it hurts our bellies sometimes. So I went out of my way to go to the co-op and get dairy-free sour cream and dairy-free cream cheese for this dip, and it was so delicious. And I highly recommend if you are one of those like minorly lactose intolerant people who like kind of toughs it out sometimes, just get the dairy-free stuff, man. It was great. That was $8.68. That's gonna go in groceries. All right, $28.86 at Fred Meyer. I think that was last week's groceries, but I don't know. $26.43 at Fred Meyer. This week's groceries? No idea. It's really all I can do to record these things. I also went to Grocery Outlet and I got snacks because we had a test firing. A friend and I are teaching a class at the Community Art Center here, and we had to test out all the equipment. But I got snacks for that, and that ended up being $45.51. It was also one of our friends who we invited to be like a student. It was their birthday, and they had done some really nice stuff for my birthday, so I wanted to return the favor, so I made a nice cheese board. I also got a lemon tart for the birthday, and that was $24 from my local bakery. We're really up here. Okay. I also got eggs from my coworker, $5 a dozen for fresh backyard eggs. I have a Safeway transaction for $24.70. Not sure what that's for, but I assume something important. Oh, actually, I had to go to Fred Meyer and Safeway the day I was trying to prepare for the dip. Not because I actually needed ingredients for the dip. I just remember I had to go to both stores that day because I ran into a friend at one of them. What else is here? Oh, yeah. Also, I signed up for chicken CSA. So this summer, every month, I'm going to get one whole locally grown and harvested processed chicken along with my veggie CSA. It was an add-on. It was $150 for 5 months, so 5 chickens. Quite expensive. So this is going to bring my grocery total up quite a lot, $150 for this month. But as I always do with my like CSA stuff, so when I buy like future food, I will take that amount off of those months. So I do tend to go over my grocery budget, but I actually, for things like that, I actually do adjust it in later months. And I think I'm going to definitely do a series on my CSA this year because I think it's going to be so good. I'm so excited. And with my friend bringing me, and they also have eggs. But if my coworker keeps bringing me eggs, that's like even better. So yeah, I think it's going to be a really good food summer for local food. Anyway, still so many transactions. We're only halfway through. Let's wrap this up. Okay, I got gas. Where are you? Twice, $64.22. Oh wait, hold on, hold up. $52.92. Wow, I got gas so many times. I might have to just double check this, but anyway, it looks like I got gas 2 times, $69.19 and $52.92. And then I got gas 2 more times, $64.22 and $52.07. So I spent a lot of money on gas this month. I am going to just double check that, but it does make sense because I both went up to Bellingham and I went down to Portland this month. And honestly, My car doesn't get the greatest mileage. It gets slightly worse mileage than my old car, which is kind of a bummer, but I guess that's the way it goes when you drive an SUV. And then I have parking for $20. This is from Portland. Hang on. $4.20, $4.20, and $1.70. And then I'm going to go back down to fun. I went to the museum and just checking to see. Yeah, I didn't include it yet. So I spent $25 for the entrance to the Portland Museum to see the Mexican Modernist show, particularly Frida Kahlo's work. Of course, I've loved her for, since I was a little girl. So I had to take the chance to see her work in person. I will say if you're near Portland, there is a good amount of her work and there's some really beautiful pieces from her sketchbooks, but it is definitely a Mexican modernist show, not a Frida show. And I know that sounds silly, but I was just like a hair disappointed. So yeah, $25, that's going to go in fun. That was wrong. Portland Art Museum. Okay. While I was there, I got lunch with a friend, and that was $26.25. I got food out a couple other times. Tacos California, $20.66. Nineveh, I actually got that the same day for dessert. I got some delicious baklava for $5.74. And Sonic, I had to take Junior to the vet, which I guess I'll get to in a second. And while I was waiting, I went and got, went and ran some errands, but those were things I paid for out of my business budget. And while I was waiting, I got Sonic for dinner, and my friends had recommended this strawberry limeade. And I just want to recommend it to you. Strawberry limeade from Sonic. Mwah, chef's kiss. So that was $16.02 for, of course, not just the lemonade, that and some food. And one day I ordered Jimmy John's at work, $24.06. So really lots of red happening here. Finally, I took Junior to the vet. Thank goodness. This was kind of intense. He just stopped eating, moving, and drinking for 2 days. I didn't know what was happening. Now he's pretty much totally better. I'm assuming he may have just gotten into something that he shouldn't have that was bad for his tummy. But at the time, I thought maybe he was in heart failure. Thankfully, my clinic, my vet was able to get me in and confirm that was not the case. And it was only $104.83 instead of being $500 or however much it would have been for the emergency vet. So thankful for that. Gonna go down to kitty cats. Yeah, so thankful for that. Yeah, so stressful. 104.83 feels like free to me at this point in the game. And then last outgoing transaction was that I paid rent. Where does that live? $1,100 is my rent. Sometimes I forget to tell you guys that, but I pay my rent every month. I send a check so it doesn't show up in my my transactions in the same way. And last but not least, I had a couple of income things. Paycheck number 2 was $20.90.31. Since I use the money I made this month, next month's going to be a $4,000 month. So that's pretty cool. I've got one more month to kind of pack things away savings wise before we're going to get into the leaner times. I am really hoping, I have been making sales in my Etsy shop. I'm really hoping I'm going to be able to pay myself from that account at some point, but we'll see. Last but not least, I got mileage for picking up materials, driving up to Tacoma, $38.62. This goes into reimbursements. And then this is going to be a little snowflake payment toward my car. So that's it for me. It's been a while, 2 weeks. Sometimes I think I should do these every 2 weeks because since my only financial goal right now is to not get into cat vet debt, I feel like I am not always super motivated to do these. But however, I definitely am less accountable when I don't do them. So I'll try to be doing these more often. Let me know down below if there's any other types of videos you'd like to see, and definitely go check out my TikTok. I've been having a lot of fun over on TikTok, and sometimes I try to upload those as shorts, but only when they tangentially apply. So anyway, that's it for me. I hope you're having an awesome month, and I will see you in the next video.